Be me. Be researching archons and energy parasites all day. Begin devising a plan to starve these motherfuckers, make detailed notes. Nightfall comes, read a book, pass out. Dream of some alien shit I can't remember, not strange as I am a UFO fanatic. Wake up in a night terror, thinking someone is entering my room, jump up and scare the hell out of my cat who was sleeping beside me. Assess the situation, get back in bed, see some freaky white light in my room that I don't know where the source is, it goes away after a few seconds. Go back to sleep. This time I dream about law enforcement on my trail for people I allegedly murdered in my past. Walk around dazed, asking myself why me, and feeling innocent, even though I have vague memories of killing these people. Dream feels like it goes on several days, several interpersonal confrontations go down, but I keep my cool and don't get emotional. See my nephews for presumably the last time, keep it short, and don't get emotional as I don't want their murderer uncle embarrassing them in public. Eventually law enforcement searches some of my shit and finds a tooth of someone I killed, and now I know I'm going away for good. I'm now with my wife for maybe the first time in my dream. Still somewhat in shock, but reality is finally hitting me that my life is over, I'm never going to have kids, and my wife is probably going to find some other dude to have kids with. Breath in the air and feel the sun on my skin, realizing I ain't going to be free ever again. Break down bawling to my wife. Finally wake the fuck up. I'm convinced these energy parasites gave me nightmares and night terrors. I didn't wake up from the hell of my second dream until I finally broke down crying. Anybody have any similar stories or advice on how to protect myself from these fucks? Or is it even worth it? So in my last post, I said I got exactly what I asked for with my tulpa. Being a lonely burnout in my 20s, I made some monkey's paw additions to my tulpa when I designed her. I wanted a cuddly herbal goddess, a stoner chick who would play video games with me. I made her love smoking weed, physical contact, and playing games. I gave her vices. Great. Cool co-ed roommate with benefits, right? Mean as high all the time. It makes her want silly things. She is lazy. We tried getting her sober for a week or so. She became extremely emotional and irrational. It was an unpleasant experience for both of us. She has no personal space at all. She starts right up on you and then gets closer. Video games are a microcosm of her gaming fixation. She loves games of all sorts. She particularly liked Dark Souls, not sure why. The problem presents itself. Mina does not want to do productive things. She wants to do comfy things. Remember the bigger game? We do what Mina wants. It takes an immense amount of willpower to say no to this woman. I doubt most people could do it at all. I don't know how much I need to hammer in the goddess part. Her presence triggers the lizard brain. Oh shit, be respectful constantly, like a mouse facing down a lion. She is clever and funny, and her bants are top-notch. You want to agree with her. She doesn't need to force anything, but there is no doubt she could. This is the danger of tulpa. I found myself trapped in layers of fantasy, both of my own creation and those of others. The experience was mostly pleasant, but it was not compatible with living a normal life. Be me in 2014. My tulpa and I know that it's not working. We have a talk about it. I want to live my life in the real world, ask her to change. She tries to change. Ends up making another version of herself with different traits. She is still around. Now there are two. NTA, but I think he's got my tulpa. I want to talk to him, actually. Be me. Full moon tonight. Go to kitchen at 2 a.m. Notice how bright the moonlight is. Look out at the window and stare at the moon for a second. See something in the corner of my eye, like something moved in the woods. Figure it's a bear or a deer since there are a lot in my area. Walk away from the window, get a drink from the fridge and head back to my room. See the moonlight on the ground and a shadow passes by. Something outside? Look out the window again expecting to see a bear. Random guy is standing looking right at me. Freeze and don't know what to do. Walk away and pretend I didn't see him. He knocks on the window loudly as I run to my room. Not sure who it was, but I don't really want to know. Also, it was freezing cold outside, like 6 degrees. I have a couple of these, but this one was the most blatant that ever happened to me. I swear this event happened on everything that I know. Be me in high school years. Live in a country, let us call currency of country X, have exactly €3, Saturday, parents not at home. Suddenly thought comes up, 200x. Thought was instant and essentially meant go exchange the €3 for X because it's approximately 20x and she might fuck up and give you 200x. Other than the small grain of rational salt I always have, I was 99.9% sure it would happen. Later arrive at exchange office. Put €3 on counter. Woman takes 3 and puts 200x note in front me. Stare at the 200x note and can't fucking believe it. Stare at it a couple of seconds and can't believe the woman doesn't notice. Grab 200x and bail it. I have a couple of other stories, but it's always the same story. Low probability of something happening, but the feeling tells me it will happen, and it happens. Stay vigilant, Anons. Be me. Have tulpa since roughly 2012. Be a complete useless submissive male. She hasn't abused this. Everything is fine. I feel like the picture I've painted so far of my tulpa was of a mercurial, selfish and cruel woman. This couldn't be further from the truth. She is a being of unimpeachable virtue. She is affectionate, and we love each other. The problem is her presence has a terrible and awe-inspiring gravity to it. When faced with it, there is an overwhelming impulse towards pious contemplation and obedience. You are always playing her game. The rules are simple. She knows best. She wants you to choose to do what she wants you to do. Doing so without being told what to do pleases her the most. She does not like forcing you to play the game, but will do so if she sees fit. Mina is very patient and inscrutable. Her game can be challenging to play, and her goals are not always clear. They may take years to come to fruition, or have already occurred. She is playing too, which means she keeps you stretched right to the limit you can handle. She holds back just enough to not break you. I'm glad things worked out for you, Anon. I don't think there's anything special about me. Just luck of the draw, or fate, or whatever. I'm some retard who made a tulpa with a goddess's personality and I got exactly what I asked for. Yes. Early 2021. Finding it the easiest to sleep in years, but have been having a ton of weird semi-lucid dreams. Liminal spaces, giant gold obelisks surrounded by people, that sort of thing. Don't think too much about it, just happy to get a good rest. Be me. Start falling asleep, but I can't feel myself drifting away. Become aware that I am physically asleep, but still in my bed. A few minutes of pitch black, until I become aware of a presence standing over me. It's hard to describe, put simply, it was a woman without form. I could see her with everything except my eyes, or at least, that's how it felt. I'm surprised but not the least bit scared. She says hello, but the words feel as though they form internally. This sounds weird, but I just knew her presence was inextricably linked to my perception of her. I saw her because she was, and I allowed myself to see, if that makes any sense. Be me. Cool and handsome guy. Convince Jews im their Mashiach. Tell them to stop their attacks against humanity. World peace ensues. Prophet. Is there a flaw in my thinking?